What's up, y'all? So we are reacting to Am I the Asshole Reddit relationships because
Type shit.
y'all need to be judged. Y'all need to be judged. I'm Asia.
I'm a mean.
Okay, so we just gonna jump right into it. My channel is all about whatever I want. I do comedy, I do reactions, I do what I do, right? This is my brother. He joining me today for this Am I the Asshole reaction. So I'm excited. The first one we are reacting to, Am I the Asshole for cutting off a friend after he posted about my hospitalization on Facebook? Okay, first of all, I already know they're a little older because Facebook, but just from off the rip, I'm like, why you post about my hospitalization? Unless you know how they do prayer warriors and they ain't want no prayer warriors on there or something.
It sounds
I don't
like
know.
if it's something like a similar. Oh, my friends in the hospital, pray for them. Like you were saying, that's fine. I feel like you kind of asshole breaking off, depending on how it feels. But if it's like this person has this, they take this, and it's whoa, calm down, man. And especially if you ask them like to remove that shit. But let's get into reading this shit, bro.
I-42F, for the people who don't know, 42F is female, was hospitalized on Friday due to a burst ovarian cyst. Now, if y'all know anything about an ovarian cyst, that's painful. I think someone in our family had a ovarian cyst burst. I'm not sure, and some gastric issues. I'll spare the details, but it's been rough. On Saturday, a longtime friend, Male Ev, came to visit me with his teenage daughter. We've been friends for about 30 years. During the visit, I specifically told him I would never post about being in the hospital on social media because I don't like the attention, okay? While he was there, he took a picture of me in my hospital bed, flipping him off. I didn't think much of it at the time. Later, he posted the photo on Facebook, tagged me, made up a fake story about me needing ass
Okay,
surgery.
what the?
Oh my god, bruh. Oh my god. That is a Gen X almost boomer type of thing. Anyways, for context, I'm actually having a colonoscopy, so it is dealing with the ass. I'm extremely uncomfortable with my medical issues being shared publicly at all. When I confronted him, instead of apologizing or taking it down, he said, "Well, you've made vague comments about my crazy ex on Facebook before," which is not the same thing. Okay. Yes, I have made vague posts, but I've never named anyone, never share photos, and definitely never share someone's medical information. He still hasn't taken the post down, hasn't apologized, and people I don't even know have been messaging me asking I'm okay because of it. I restricted him from contacting me, and now I'm questioning whether I should end a 30-year friendship over this. Am I the asshole? My initial thoughts is you had a clear boundary and he broke that boundary, especially because you said you've been dealing with a lot of different things. That's just boundaries for me. If somebody did something like that to me, I recently had somebody really disrespect my boundaries where they literally showed up to my house with all their stuff. And I was like, yo, you don't do that without asking somebody. We kind of cut that relationship off. I'm not gonna lie. It's, I don't know. What do you think of me?
Him posting that on the story is kind of crazy, or not the story, Facebook. It's crazy, especially with the trying to attribute it to be a different thing. It's like, bro, okay, she never named anybody when talking about the relationship that you had with your ex. But I'm like, yeah, to post a picture of her in the hospital bed and then also say that she had ass surgery. You like, what's she in the damn BBL? What the hell?
Bro.
She in the bed getting the BBL. It's crazy. Yo. And then especially if you ask somebody like, yo, take that down, bro. I don't want to share that on the timeline. And they're like, nah, you did it to me, so I'm going to blast you too. I'm like, not everything has to be eye for an eye type shit, bro.
That's what I'm saying. My whole thing is, it would be different if you was already a person that was like, I understand they close, but if you're my friend for 30 years, like 30 years, and you know I'm extremely uncomfortable with certain things and you still decided to do, that's when I'm like, all right, you know me for that long, and he is a ninja. Cut him off. Cut him off. Because how old was he? 43? Bruh, you know damn well.
Oh, man. I'm like, me personally, what I would do is if I ask them, but I guess you're kind of not expending extra energy, so it's kind of like whatever. But I'm like, personally, what I would do, I would go to that muff again. I'm like, yo, remove this stuff now. I don't want it up. Remove it. And if they still on some bullshit and they still on it, I'm be like, okay, bro, that's it. Block them, unfriend them. I'm like, I've come to you twice about it. You still on some dumb ish, bro. And it's nah, bro. F them.
Yeah.
Throw them away.
That's what I'm saying. So let's see what the comments. Let's see, because you know
So
with Reddit, it could go either
before we
way.
go to the comments, I'm like, we agree on that.
All
Not
right.
the asshole. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Because you know me for 30 years. You respected my boundaries, especially when it comes to something sensitive like that. Nah,
Exactly.
I feel that. But let's read the comments. Not the asshole. His reaction to your response tell me how little he cares for you. You're unwell and stressed out, and he's using you for internet attention. Go no contact. Never look back. Someone said, I don't know if I end a 30-year friendship over this, but you definitely have a right to be pissed. Maybe just take some time apart. So now things look, see how things look in a few weeks. And then the OP said, it's a lack of accountability for me. Anytime he crosses a boundary in the friendship and I react. Okay. Nope. Cut him off. Because she, right here, when she said, anytime he crosses a boundary in a friendship and I react, he deflects. That means that he's been doing this shit for 30 years.
Yeah.
And every single time she's just, oh, okay. He seemed like a narcissist type of person. Oh my God. You know when people make jokes like, oh my God, you're so sensitive. But then it's something over like something that you are sensitive about. So it's I'm about to be sensitive because you said something sensitive to me. And I feel a type of way about that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I've dealt with it for years because of the history. I'm tired. It's exhausting friendship because it's always me babying him over his failed relationships and him making me look like an ass. Yep, we're done. We're done.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, this gives like he's been doing this for a while. That's why she's okay. I think I'm done with this. And she just needs some reassurance.
Yeah.
I think there's a update, but we gonna save it to the end. So you gotta stay to the end for the update. Okay.
Juice.
Next one. Am I the asshole for wanting to leave my fiance over his pets? Now, we are cat people, right? I have 2 cats, and one of the things that I said when I was dating, I'm married now, but when I was on the apps, I was like, if you do not like cats or animals, because I do want to get like a dog or 2 in the future, I'm like, then this is not going to work. Please see yourself out.
Exactly.
I made that extremely clear. So I don't know the context, but the initial thought is that you're the asshole.
Yeah. Don't play with my babies. You know what I mean? Like, alright. See
Yeah.
what this about though.
Now, if the dog is killing people, then
Yeah.
I don't know. But from the initial off rip, is giving asshole. Okay. All right. So this is a juicy one. Okay. So let me elaborate. I, 26F, loved animals, or at least I thought I did before coming in this relationship. I've owned multiple dogs before, loved and cared for every single one. My most recent dog that passed away due to snake bite protecting my daughter. Aw. I loved with my entire heart. I raised her to be an inside-outside dog because of her breed. Keeping her just inside would be neglectful of me. I would buy her clothes, brush her. Okay, so she deep in it. She would brush the teeth, take her for the shots,
Well-pampered
take her
dog.
places. Yeah, I was like, that's a little bougie dog. Bathe her once a week, feed her, cook for her to maintain her weight and health, play with her, potty train. Okay. Okay, let's get into it. I met my fiance, 24M male, a year after her passing and he told me that he was a dog person too. I didn't see it as a red flag then. Upon moving into his home, I found out he had 3 dogs, a blue heeler, husky,
Ooh.
and Pyrenees mix. Those huskies be
Yeah.
loud as hell. Oh my God. I don't know about the other 2 breeds, but I've heard of a Pyrenees, but I just know the huskies are huge and they are always talking. Oh my God, bro. They don't want to be quiet. Anyways, all dogs who deserve outside time, but these were inside dogs. Wait, you cannot keep a husky as an inside dog.
You can.
That- No, you cannot. Those dogs that's why they always yapping. They're yappers, but they need that outside time. Weren't they hunting dog or sledding dogs or something like
But
that?
I'm thinking you get a husky and then you keep them inside for the most part, but then you let them be outside. Not just outside for the most part, they come inside rarely.
That's what I'm not. Oh, you leave them outside. I'm saying, it sounds like we gotta read more into it, but it
Yeah.
sounds like they're not being let outside. Is what it sounds like. So, all dogs who deserve outside time, but these were inside dogs. The dogs were kept in room 12 hours a day during his work shift.
Damn.
Okay. The dogs were self-fed with an open dog food bag on the floor. What is this, the
hell?
ghetto? He must have a mattress on the floor too.
Sound like he don't give a shit about these dogs.
What the hell? Helping themselves to however amount they want to eat. He will also have to constantly separate his husky and Pyrenees mix because they fight so bad. You know what? Let me look
That's
at
what I
what
was just about to
Pyrenees mix
do.
is.
I was
I'm
like, let me.
Pyrenees mix. Because I'm like, what is a Pyrenees mix? Hold on. I can go to images.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, it looks like
I think I've seen dogs
one of
like
these little
this.
fluffy. Okay, this one looked like it was supposed to be outside too. Okay, that's a cute little doggy.
I feel like all
Okay.
dogs should. 12 hours a day inside is crazy for anybody.
That's what my cat Phoenix, before we got him, he was inside all day. Okay. Pyrenees mix because they fight so badly. The animals will receive injuries every time. Okay, that's abuse. He'd leave them in a room that was his son's and they used the restroom all over his floors.
Dang.
Ew, what the?
Hope you got hardwood.
It had to be, it had to be removed. And his son bet, bruh. You got the Pyrenees mix and the husky just pooping on the freaking bed on the floor.
Exactly.
Oh my god, no.
Pyrenees mixing the
No.
shit together. What the hell?
No. He swore the animals were trained, but they had absolutely no recall. They'd escape and terrorize his neighbors until cops were called so many times due to the Pyrenees being aggressive towards people. They were gonna put her down. These animals were just kept inside and around because he was raised to believe a dog is just meant to be a companion. Fast forward to now, we rehomed the husky and healer to my parents who have a yard, and my mom, who was a stay-at-home, as we downsized to move closer into an apartment. His healer ran away third day, but the husky they still own and have. His Pyrenees now, if left without supervision, will use the restroom. Wait, ugh, on the carpeted floors in the apartment and has destroyed them with urine. Oh my, you ain't getting
Apartments,
your deposit
police. Dang. I'm like,
you ain't getting
yes.
your deposit bag. Just you might as well write that little 1,500 check. Here you go. You probably got to pay extra too. Had destroyed our new. Oh no. And the new couches. I hope it wasn't. If it was from Temu, it'd be like, all right, you could destroy that Temu couch. But if I got this from Rooms to Go or something, I'll be pissed. Oh my god, and she pregnant. You know how they say? I don't know if it's the same for dog poop, but when you're pregnant, you're not supposed to scoop cat poop because it can. I forgot the thing, but it can cause. What is it? Something about something. But I know you're not supposed to do it while you're pregnant. I'm currently pregnant and high risk, so I asked him to please take her out more when he can. He takes her out once a day. Me feeling bad, I force myself and body to take her out more. I took it upon myself to feed her, give her water because her drinking out the toilet was oh my bruh, what is this? Oh my god. I told him to clean her as when we went on a walk, she rubbed herself on a carcass. Ew. Before I could stop her, still has yet to have a bath. I tell him we should rehome her. That's not love, but he tells me I know nothing about loving an animal, that she's supposed to be a companion, not something to get rid of, all while I'm having to take a responsibility for an animal. Oh my god. This is why I'm happy I'm gay. Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
I'm like, yeah.
So
You're not even really taking care of that cat. Or not cat, dog.
the dog, and then he has a son. So I'm like, my thing also is, you don't sound like you're taking care of your son either. And you got the dog, even though the other one's been rehomed now, but you got the dog pooping, drinking out the toilet, rubbing on stuff, just doing whatever. You might as well have two apartments, one for the dog and one for y'all, because obviously this dog runs the entire house. Destroyed the couches, bro.
Sound like some damn cartoon dog that just gets into mischief. Like one of them freaking. They should be on freaking PBS about this dog. It's crazy.
I am The house must smell absolutely disgusting. One, I would be embarrassed to even have anybody or even to go out, because one thing about animal pee and poop, especially if you're not cleaning it or if it's constantly being out, your clothes probably smell like urine and poop. No matter how much you clean it, the couch is destroyed. You sitting on the floor. I don't know. My thing is, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So the way that you are treating these animals, and oh, they could just eat out the toilet. I can imagine the kid is probably, oh yeah, just grab some little snacks. That's your dinner, or oh whatever, it's fine. I'm like, no. So is she the asshole for wanting to leave her fiance for his pets? Yes or no?
I'm
I think
like,
no.
especially you're putting the baby that's in her body. If she was she's saying like high risk, like you're saying with the cats, there must be
Yeah.
something that could be going wrong. And I'm like, you got a
Yeah.
baby on the way, and you won't even take care of the little dogs. And the dogs are supposed to be like what, like toddlers or something, or is that just cats? After a certain age, they
No, I don't
become.
know.
I mean, in terms of like us with cats, like imagine not taking up like Freya and Phoenix, and we treat them like that. Even though we might feed them on time and give them water and make sure they survive, but their quality of life is terrible. So it's like, damn, man, how you gonna treat the child?
Yeah.
And if, like you said, he already has a son, I'm like, you throwing him into your son's room?
Yeah. This person, I'm sad that she's having a child with him, because obviously he is not going to be a parent that gives a damn, and he's just, oh yeah, whatever. I could see him being like, oh, the baby crying while you on the game, baby crying, oh, the baby poop, the baby did this. Because I'm like, if you are supposed to be, because he said he sees his pets as companions, so you treat your companion like that?
Yeah.
Like, you just do whatever, I don't care? No, no, you're disgusting. You're disgusting. Let's see the comments. Why would you move in, have a baby with this man, knowing his situation with these dogs and the neglect? This is so unhealthy for everyone involved, humans and dogs alike, especially the kids. Please leave and take that dog and rehome it on your way out. What is YTA?
I'm assuming you're the asshole.
Oh, you're the ass? Yeah. I feel like an old person. What does YTA mean?
Is that YMCA?
YMCA. For getting further involved with this man instead of calling animal control and CPS to come and end this situation.
The one thing
Yeah.
think about Reddit, while I can understand, like, yeah, you see these things, but I think people on Reddit tend to look, and I think that's just people in general, they tend to look at
Yeah.
things through, like, there's a degree of separation. So you're not in their shoes. So what you think is, why would you ever do this? This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Same thing like when you're watching a movie and you know all the information and you're like, this doesn't make sense. They shouldn't do that. But it's okay. Now imagine yourself actually in the situation. She could have genuinely, or not could, it seems as though she genuinely loves this person. She wants to be with this person so much that she had a baby with this person. So
Yeah.
sometimes love and things like that don't just like, you just don't be like, oh yeah, oh shit, he's not taking care of the dogs as well. So let me think that he's not gonna take care of the children well. And it's like it could be this one thing specifically that really gets on the nerves, while other things can be good. But it's also kind of like
Yeah.
some people just don't peep that, and it's like sometimes not everybody is the most logical person ever. Some people do stupid stuff. Some people don't. Will have people tell them straight to their face, the person you're getting with is not a good person, and then you don't want to hear that, and you're like, no, I believe in them and they're a good person. So then you kind of block out any good advice that you get, and it's kind of like some people on Reddit, they don't see it like that. They just see their perspective of how they would potentially react until they actually get in the situation.
Type. Yeah, that's the thing about Reddit people. Like you said, it's very black and white at times. Some people, they will be more open, but I think, like you said, like me, I was in, my ex, very toxic situation. We were always arguing all the time. She was literally separating me away from the family, and we all lived in the same house. And in my mind, I'm thinking, in the back of your mind, that this is something's wrong. But when you in it, like you were saying, it's I don't know, we'll make it work, blah, and then finally you get out of it. You're like, oh my god, like I see how much BS just happened. You know what I mean? So I feel that. I feel that. Yeah. Let's see. Not the asshole, but also consider filing a report with CPS. No child to be grown up. Yeah. Yeah. OP said he clean it, and because he has his son every other weekend, he would just think cleaning it would be sufficient without training his dogs because they're just dogs. It's his fault for not taking them out. Then still take them out once or twice a day. Yeah. People are saying not the asshole, you're definitely you're the asshole. You knew. Okay, so some people are saying you're the asshole because you knew. My thing is, I don't think you should be blaming her because what is he? 24? She's 26. So
yeah, I think that was it. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what the situation was, but I don't know how long they've been together. Did they say how long they've been together?
Don't.
No, they didn't say. They didn't say how long they've been together, but my whole thing is it is nuance. It is nuance because, like you were saying, he could probably treat her really well and all that stuff. But if it's giving you so much stress and you're high risk, you could lose the baby and all these different things. It's like before you're already together, unless God forbid you lose the pregnancy, which I hope you didn't or aren't. But you guys are already tied. But at least you don't have to be tied through marriage to be like y'all could just help raise the kids, because the red flags that you see in the beginning do not go away just because you get married or you have a kid, because that's what some people do. They're like, we have a kid, we're gonna be good now. No. No. And this is not an every other weekend kid, this is an everyday kid. Okay. Yeah, I don't blame you. Leave that Nick. Okay, next one. Ooh. Am I the asshole for wanting to divorce my husband after he left me at the hospital? Initial thoughts, no. It could be.
I'm different. It really has to depend on what it is. If it, like, because divorcing your husband, and just off a quick read of the thing, I kind of saw it a little bit, my bad. They've been together for 5 years. To be like, yeah, I'm going to divorce. But if it's like something as simple as, oh, he left the hospital to go play games, I'd be like, that is very bad and rude. Yeah. If it's like a one-off thing. But if it's something that's been going on multiple years and he's constantly doing stuff like this, then it's okay, let's talk about divorcing, because it seems like this is going to be a constant thing throughout the whole marriage. But if it's like a one-time thing, like he was just cheesing you, fam, you know what I mean?
Oh, cheesing me, dog.
He was a waste man, you on the one things, then I'd be like, I don't know. But let's see. Off the title, I don't know. I might be tripping. Tell me if I'm tripping. Tell me if I'm tripping in the comments below.
Chat, am I tripping?
No yoga mat. Chat.
All right, let's see. I, 29F, have been married to my husband, 28M, for 5 years. 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's context. So lately, I have been having feelings that my husband isn't as into this marriage as I am. He has been more focused on video games and Discord.
I didn't even read that, but I was peeping the video games, bro. They like lock you in. There's the dopamine with the video games. I didn't even read that part.
As a gamer.
Sometimes the game takes precedent. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
She the asshole.
You're not married.
She the asshole. Let that motherfucker play the game.
You don't have to play games. You don't have your Discord.
He could try to begin from, he'd be going from platinum to diamond in Rocket League, and that sometimes for some people takes a long time. He could be, that's just as much his baby as you're his baby. Okay, I'm just kidding now. Let me say I'm joking, because muffs are actually think that's what I'm actually thinking.
I'm gonna clip this exact part and put it on and be like, look at my brother red.
I'm gonna get contacted by the Daily Wire.
And he has been on me. It's been honestly feeling more like we are roommates than we are husband and wife. Last night kind of opened my eyes. For context, I have epilepsy and PCOS.
Damn, double homicide.
She must be in constant pain.
Oh shit.
Dang. We have been trying to have a baby for the past 4 years, and I have 2 miscarriages already.
Okay.
I am a week late. Took a pregnancy test yesterday, which came back negative. I told my husband. He said, it's okay, we will try again. Wasn't really upset, but I didn't think much of it because he's a guy and this isn't our first negative. Okay, pause. He's a guy. I don't like when we just say, oh, you should never wear that dress because you know how guys are. You know, men don't have emotions. Back to this. And this isn't our first negative. However, it broke me because I had just dreamt the night before about the test being positive. We went to my parents' house for Sunday dinner like normal. During dinner, I had my normal or auroras. Auroras. Wait,
Auroras?
am I a
Like the
little
Aurora Borealis?
auras?
What? Aurora?
Aurora? It
Auroras?
sounds like aura, like normal auras, because when you have a migraine, you get migraine aura. So unless they said it, let me look it up.
Auroras?
Auroras, because they
Aurora?
might have spelled it wrong. What is seizure auroras? Maybe they just spelled it wrong. I
Auroras?
don't know. Aura. Okay, they just
Might
spelled
be
it
the
wrong. That's why I was like,
might be
wait.
the
I
French
thought.
word. Aurora.
That's why I was like, wait, what's going on?
An
Um.
aurora.
Okay, for auras. Okay. I ended up having 3 back to back, one for 1 minute, next for 4, and the last was 8 minutes. I ended up being taken to the hospital by ambulance. I had to be alone in my room for about an hour before my family was allowed back in there with me. My husband and my mom came into my room, and my husband stayed for only about 10 minutes before he said he needed to head home. I was upset, but knew we had our 4 animals that needed to be let out, so I understood. That is the plot twist. Until
Until.
after he left, and my mom told me the full story. Dun! While I was still in the ambulance, hadn't even left the driveway, mind you. My husband was complaining about financial issues with this and then told my mom that he would only be at the hospital for a few minutes because he needed to do the laundry and mow the lawn. And that's in quotations. I'm sorry, but house chores are more important than me, your wife. And when he asked what could have caused the seizure, and she told him it could have been the negative pregnancy test, he rolled his eyes. My parents stood with me the entire time I was at the hospital, not once leaving my side, but he left before the doctor even came in to see me. I had to actually beg him to come back to the hospital, and he still asked if he needed to come back to the hospital. Bruh. Beg,
Yeah.
and then he still said, wait, do I gotta come here? Didn't even offer. He had to actually ask because apparently my well-being isn't enough to stick by my side. These niggas. He said, mind you, so that makes me think this is a black person. Mind you, if the roles were reversed, this would have been a no-brainer. I wouldn't have left him even once. I would have worried about everything after the fact. Now I'm seriously questioning the man I married and rethinking my life decisions. I never thought I would have to question my own husband, how devoted he is to me. So am I the asshole for wanting a divorce?
Sound like a bum ass motherfucker. Hey. Sound like a piece of trash. I know the game important, but the game ain't that important. If I had my wife and she just had 3 seizures back to back, come on, man. That's on some stupid shit. That's what I be seeing this to everybody. I'm like, you get people nowadays. I'm not saying everybody, but you get people nowadays who don't want spouses. They just want, mainly men, but they don't want spouses. They want maids. They want nannies they can F.
They want mothers.
Yeah, they want a mother they want a MILF. That's what they want. But that's what it is. They want somebody to cook for them, clean for them, take care of the children, take care of the house, and still pay bills while they can just pay bills and then do whatever the hell they want. I'm like, I'm tell you, a lot of people, and especially you get like the manosphere people, I'm like, you guys don't want a relationship. What you want is just someone you can F whenever you feel like it.
Yep. Might be a hot take.
Uh-oh,
Might be a hot take.
uh-oh.
But I feel that some of these red pill dudes, they really want relationships with other dudes, but they're bisexual, but not bi-romantic. You know what I mean? They want a romantic relationship with a man, but they want to have sex with women. And I'm not saying everybody, because as a person of the LGBTQ,
Damn.
I am not going to say, oh my God, oh, they all gay. Because no, that's also problematic. But I do think some of these people who do this are like, they are bisexual. Like they just want sexual relationships with women. And that's what they've been taught. And that's what's manly. But they want romantic relationships with men. That's why they will. That's why when rappers be like, "Oh, F these witches, I only go hard for my homies." I'm like,
Young Thug. They make
am I?
the pussy.
I'm like, if you are really about women, why are you writing harder for your bros than your girl? I don't know. As a person who likes pushing P, not anything but other than women,
She like a little
I would
roast beef
never.
on her lips. Okay. Little smacker.
I like a little.
Smacker.
I like a little.
She like a honey glazed ham. Sliced thin. That's what she like.
I like two peaches.
Exactly.
But I don't know. It always was weird to me. You ride for your homies more than you ride for your. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Is that just me? Or like,
Some of
is
them be
that
taking
weird?
the bro code way too serious. If you like bro code and you ain't got nobody, okay, it makes sense. But if you like married and you got other responsibilities other than that, in my opinion, it should be family first.
That's what I'm saying. But obviously people don't think like that. I also blame society for all the BS too. Because I was just talking to our mom earlier, and I was like, why is there so many dudes that do things like her skirt was too short, so she deserved to be R-worded? With this whole David case thing going on, she could have gave him the wrong age, or maybe this and that. That right there tells me a lot about you without you having to say anything. Because if your first thought is, oh, maybe you gave him the wrong day, or maybe she wanted to be popular and famous, can we go through your computer? Because let's research.
50 terabytes.
Let's research.
Actually, he was Epstein.
It could also be a communication thing. I'm not saying this is true, but it could be like, hey, it's been really overwhelming with everything going on, trying to have a baby and all these different things and the health stuff. There's different ways to go about it instead of just, oh, I'm just going to zone out, play my game. Redditors be Redditing. Not the
I know.
asshole. He's shown you.
Redditors, you are the asshole because he should be able to play the game, and you should actually die with the baby.
Exact. Reddit. He's shown you who he is and will be. He will not support you in your worst moments. And consider what kind of father he would be if he can't even be there for you when you're in the hospital. If you're thinking of divorce now, do it before there are children involved. Snap, snap. He's obviously ESH. What does that mean?
Each. What?
What the heck is ESH?
Look.
Isaho.
Esau.
He's obviously not committed to the situation. He shouldn't be trying for
Everyone
a
sucks
baby.
here. You see what I'm saying with the Reddit people?
Bro,
He just explained this person's a piece of trash. You shouldn't be happy with the baby. And then actually, you as a disabled person should go into a room that's dark and never leave it. So other people don't have to deal with you.
Bro, I'm about to walk.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Bruh, hold on. Running. Oh, wait. Oh, my chair's stuck. Oh.
Are you okay?
Oh, no, the camera gonna drop. Don't put the Hold on. Don't drop on me.
Actually, you're the asshole.
Okay. We're back. Sorry about that. I couldn't fully run. I don't have pants on. I only have shorts. Yeah. Because I'm like, this right here is ableist. Everyone's the asshole. Or everyone sucks here. Not committed. And you shouldn't be trying for a baby with uncontrolled seizures and a partner who isn't helping you. So she's supposed to not want a child because she has health issues? What?
I'm like I
Like-
can understand if you saying
And look
trying
how
to,
many
like,
upvotes.
Like get with a piece of shit. If you're a thing, you shouldn't really be trying with a baby with them. But to add in the part where it's like you shouldn't be trying for a baby with uncontrollable seizures. How about if, bro, she got debilitating thing, but one of the main things she ever wanted to do was have a baby. And then you're saying, oh, you shouldn't be doing it because you have uncontrollable seizures. And it's like, I don't know the whole medical, maybe you should, I don't know. But in terms of what somebody wants to do, that's their own thing.
I'm like, my thing is, our cousin, she has epilepsy, and she was able to have a child. I don't agree with this statement. Just like the other person is, oh, you shouldn't be, and it's, y'all piss me off.
Yeah.
Don't piss me off. I don't normally have seizures.
Here's your right.
Bro. Tell me why this thing has 1,000 alarms going off every day.
Why are
Jesus.
you hating on me? Because a muff can want to be reminded? I want to be
Okay, OP
reminded.
responded. Wait, OP responded to this comment about disabled people. I don't normally have seizures. Was actually just recently diagnosed with epilepsy back in July of last year. We are still figuring out the dosage that helps keep the seizures at bay, but I haven't had a seizure in 5 months, so it's not constant. I've been to multiple doctors to consult on a healthy pregnancy and promise I wouldn't do anything that would possibly be harmful to my future child. Thank you for your concern. Bruh. Because you see somebody and you're like, oh, they disabled. You shouldn't be having no kids. What? How does that make any sense?
And I mean, so recent development. So I mean, I don't think she said how long they've been trying for a baby.
She said they've been trying for a few years.
So if this is a
And she had
recent
2
thing,
miscarriages.
maybe she said it's just she got diagnosed with epilepsy,
Epilepsy.
epilepsy recently, but she's been having seizures all her life.
Like she said, they're trying to find the right dosage because you can manage and not have seizures if you get on the right medication. So my other statement previously, because PCOS is very painful, and I found out even men can get PCOS, which is insane. Polycystic ovarian syndrome.
What the fuck? How do a dude
Yeah.
get that?
They are really studying because they thought it just happened in women and in the ovaries, but literally people can be born with PCOS. They've seen it in like people's lungs. It acts like a cancer. Like, it's scary.
Nut cancer, right?
Anyways, yeah, not the asshole.
Yeah.
I hope because it seems like she's upset, and this was 2 days ago. And you know how sometimes people go on just to rant and they're just like, oh, well, he's actually not like this all the time. You know those TikTok,
Yeah.
well, hey guys, it was just like, he's not like that. So it's giving like she might do one of those.
Yeah, but then sometimes also with those TikToks, they just try to do it to save face and try to like be like, oh, actually,
Yeah, I know.
like, yeah, it is like
But
that.
they are doing that anyways. All right, next one. This is the last one before we do the update. Okay, am I the asshole for wanting to stop splitting discretionary expenses 50-50 with my boyfriend due to an income gap? So,
Really turn off
do you
the
know what a
screen.
discretionary? Because
You coming in looking like
You
this is a
wanna
damn
read.
interview.
You only want to read.
Hello, my name is Amin. I wanted to join your
I gotta make
company
sure.
because I really see an opportunity here. Okay.
I had to make sure.
Discretionary expenses. Hope your video gets copyrighted. But discretionary expenses, it really depends. If discretionary expenses is okay, we have Netflix. Okay, he's making 150K a year. You making 20 a year, and he's talking about going half. Then it's okay. But if it's like he making 80K, you making 40, 50K, I can understand not wanting to spend like on huge purchases. I would say personally, I think that if one person is making a lot of money, one person's income pays the bills, the other goes to saving or extra expenses. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. What about you? Back to you, Asia.
Oh, thank you for that. So, I feel like my man should pay for everything. And honestly, this sounds really dumb, and I don't even know what the income gap is because I don't make an income and he pays for everything.
Okay. Yeah. 100%.
No, but seriously, my thing is boyfriend. That's the word that I'm like, we not married. Why we not married? You don't get the same privileges to be splitting all my money and my discretionary expenses. So, I don't know. For me, you don't get the same privileges. Like, unless, I don't know. So, it really depends. It really depends. But honestly, we'll see. Let's see what he got to say. Let's see what he got to say. All right. Am I the asshole for wanting to stop splitting discretionary expenses 50-50 with my boyfriend due to an income gap? Me, 27 male, and my boyfriend, 23 male. Okay, so it's not an age gap, but somebody's older. Somebody is older.
Whatever.
That's all I'm saying. He's a little old. Like, when I was 23 compared to when I was 27, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. Oh
a
my god,
bum
that's
ass
like
nigga
us.
regardless.
That's like us. That's crazy. They not like us. They not like us. Okay. For context, I became homeless at
Damn.
14 and had to put education on hold for years. My boyfriend, on the other hand, had a stable upbringing, went to private school, earned a full ride at college where he double majored in accounting and finance.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay, he's a finance bro. We've always split expenses 50-50, even when I was making 14 an hour and he was making $28 an hour as an intern. Okay, now 50-50 and you making
Okay.
okay. But like I said, it is boyfriend. It is boyfriend. We ain't married. So during that time, he would book trips and activities that I could technically afford, but only by working overtime or going into debt. I eventually got my GED, completed a degree, and worked my way up to making about $52K a year. Over the same time,
And this economy?
he progressed.
Holy shit.
I'm saying,
I ain't enough.
he progressed in his career. He could be. They could live in Idaho or something.
Yeah.
If you living in New York, a little different. Over the same time, he progressed in his career and now makes $114,000 a year plus bonuses and stock options. Okay, so he making some shmoney. Okay, he's making shmoney. As his income increased, our lifestyle also scaled up. Recently, he booked a birthday trip and a Memorial Day trip, and might have brought the total amount I owe him to about 11.5.
Sound like this person don't know how to
Wait. Whoa. Wait. Booked a birthday trip and a Memorial Day trip.
Dang.
And my half, just his half, brought the total amount I owe him to 11.5K? 11.5K?
You got a big spender on our
What
end.
type of trip is this? Let's keep reading. I'm not behind on necessities like mortgage, food, or utilities. The debt is almost entirely from trying to keep up with discretionary spending like trips and activities. I'm starting to feel financially overwhelmed and don't think I can sustainably continue splitting optional expenses 50-50 at this pace. Why do they keep doing this?
Would I be the asshole?
Oh, okay. Bro.
Don't ever go on one of them little Instagram things. White people say, "How's your day?" Black people say, "Wibba-da-butta."
Okay. Would I be the asshole if I asked him to either slow down on trips or adjust how we split discretionary expenses so I'm not going further into debt? Small update. We had a conversation about the spending last night, told him I reasonably needed some time off from the excessive spending and that I cannot afford to go on the 2 latest trips he booked. At first, he just decided he'll be going alone and I would just have to pay him back for the flights. I don't know where the cheapness comes from, if I'm completely honest. Maybe his mother was just really selfish when he was a kid. He eventually came in, apologized, and said he would eat the cost, agree to ask in the future about trips, and even said we can go over our ledger and write off some of the expenses that are things we did for him, like concerts to artists, or he really wants to see out of state that I'm not fans of, etc. It was an overall productive conversation after he had his diva moment over me not wanting to do anything else until I had more of a cushion in life. I think a big driving point was when we finally talked about savings. I explained that while I'm not drowning, I have $6. What do they provide? $6
5'9"
in a
standing
savings
in the
account.
5'8" pool section right now.
Jesus. $6 that I'm sure I'll be pulling out in a couple days for gas at this rate. Do they live together? No, they have to live together. Do they live together?
Mm-hmm.
Did they mention, do they live together? Okay. He had assumed I was saving $200 or so a check towards buying our second property. Ha. Thank you for driving home to me that I'm not in the wrong. We have a otherwise extremely healthy relationship, and I think he gets upset because I can't afford things because he thinks I'm just being cheap or trying to live like I'm in survival mode for being homeless for so long. I think a point of insecurity for him is what is his is mine, etc. So he doesn't think about us breaking up, but to me it's always a possibility, and I think he hates that I think that way. There is an update.
Before,
So let's react to this
yeah.
first.
I am the type of person, I'm not making anywhere near the type of money that guy is making. But I'm the type of person where if I ask you to do something, if I'm like, okay, if I'm scheduling something, I ask you to do something, depending on the cost, of course. Let's say I ask, oh, yo, let's go out and get some food. Then it's, okay, you would expect that, be like, okay, you pay. But if I'm like, okay, if I'm scheduling something, I ask you to do something, depending on the cost, of course. Let's say I ask, oh, yo, let's go out and get some food. Then it's, okay, you would expect that, be like, okay, you pay. But if I'm like, okay, if I'm I pay, or usually how it goes in our family is you pay for what you get, I pay for what I get. But if I'm going out with a girl and I ask her, I would be okay. I asked you, I will pay. That's fine. Of course, up to a certain limit. If she's spending 50,000 on the bottles, I don't even drink.
What you
So
say? 50,000.
she get Don Julio,
50,000 a bottle.
1994,
What type of
10,000
bottle
year
is she?
aged
What is she?
ale from
Beyonce?
China, Chinese mountain from the
Is she
senseis.
Beyonce? What going on here?
It does seem as though they like have really good communication, especially like he came and was like, yeah, man, I didn't even peep that shit. I thought we were on the same wavelength. And it also sounded like because of him growing up with the comfortability and the stableness to be able to do whatever he wants. And then, of course, now having a job that allows him to do that, it sounds like he's not the best with money. Now, he
Yeah.
could be good with money, and hence why he wants to go on the trip because he saves up a lot and then he wants to go on a trip. But I think what people who tend to grow up more comfortable, have a stable life, they tend to spend money more frivolously because I think in their back of the mind, they know I have cushion. Whether if I did my job and I can't pay, I can go back with my parents.
Brawny.
You know, I mean, in his in his case, if he want to move back with his parents, he's set for life. I wouldn't even be surprised if his parents
I would
had
think he's probably
millions
still
on.
living with them though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like he got millions in some trust fund or some shit. But you tend to see with like people who live comfortably, like you and me, we didn't live the most comfortable life, though we lived better than others. Hence why, at least with me, you for a little bit was a little with your money. But with me,
I did wild out a little
I
bit.
was like, because we never really had stability growing up, not much money in the house coming in. As soon as I get money, I want to save that money. I'm putting that money in multiple avenues that could potentially make me some money, or I have to just save that money, and I just have to know that I had that money. Like for me, when I was first saving up my $10K, because that's the money I've never through my life have been able to have anywhere close to that amount on just my own money that I made. Like you guys would ask me, like, me, let's go do something. I'm like, no, I can't do that. I've spent all my money for this week, and that's it. And I think that just comes from the territory. But it seems as though him being somebody who's just growing up like that, he's actually, let's go, do it. Impulsive, like, just pay me back. It does sound like they have a healthy relationship, though.
I fully agree, and I think he's been homeless. That is a very traumatic thing to deal with. He's been through a lot of stuff, and he is just getting on his feet in the way of he got his degree, he's doing different things. He said, I still have enough to pay my bills. He constantly wants to do different things that he can't really afford. I used to be a babysitter. I would work for people who, you could tell they got more money. The people who have more money, they would be more cheap. Or the job description be like, we want you to pick them up, drop them off, teach them German, drive them across the world, take them to soccer practice, take them to mathletes, take them to this and that. $8.
All in a day.
$8 an hour. All that. And you need to make sure that you're this certified, that you got a master's degree. And then the people who are just maybe middle class or whatever, they be like, oh, give them some Cheez-Its and put them in front of TV, $20 an hour.
He'll survive.
Like, they're like, but then I used to do the same thing. Give that nigga some Cheez-Its and make sure he don't kill himself until I get home. $20 an hour. Without fail, I would always see that. So it must be a thing, like you were saying, like, if you don't understand struggle or you don't see like, oh, it's just $11,000, it's just $20,000, to people like that, it's just like, oh, whatever. Like, he obviously went to private school, all this stuff, so he grew up around money. So he didn't see it like that. But it is nice that they did have a conversation, and he was like, okay, well, you know, I'm a help out, and you know, we don't have to do as much, right? But there is an update. So he could have went to a whole 180 and turned into another person.
Exactly. I
Let's
feel
see.
like Ray
Let's see.
William until.
I know, until. Let's see. But it could get better, but this is Reddit.
I know.
So let's keep that in the back of our mind, folks. This is Reddit. All right.
He actually
let's see.
became a dragon and flew off.
A lot of the comments helped me realize that my feelings about the financial split weren't unreasonable, so I brought it up with him again. For additional context, I actually asked about doing an income-based split a couple years ago when he first graduated. At the time, he shut the idea down pretty quickly. His response back then was basically, if I'm struggling financially, I should I should do DoorDash. Let me or get a second job. After reading through these comments, which we're going to read through the comments too, I decided to revisit the conversation now that things have changed even more financially between us. We haven't had the chance to fully sit down and map out every expense yet, but for the time being, we agreed to move to a 40-60 split. Honestly, even that makes a huge difference for me. Just having the ability to put even 10% of my income back into savings instead of constantly playing catch up already feels like a weight off my shoulders. We're planning to have a more detailed conversation later about how we handle finances long term. That could mean adjusting the split further or having him take some expenses that currently aren't shared, even though they benefit both of us, family stuff like Hulu, Apple, etc., subscriptions. So it wasn't too bad. I think maybe he just had to learn.
Yeah. And I think
okay.
having the previous conversation, being like, yo, like, I'm over here struggling a little bit with all these, like, extra expenses, might have probably reframed his brain. Oh, I didn't even peep that. I thought when you were coming to me, then you were just being stingy just because you made less than me. But now I'm being like, no, I can't do all this stuff like you can. I feel like at least how I would react to that would be like, oh, shit, I didn't know that, man. Like, you just totally opened my eye to something different.
That's what I'm saying. It feels because he came from a different background. Because some people would think, oh, why are you asking me for money? Or what's going on? But it's like, bro, I need you to sit down for a second and really take in what I'm telling you. I make $14 an hour. Or now he makes $52,000 a year. You are making 6+ figures with bonus, with stock options. I used to be a recruiter at a large consulting firm, and people was making $100,000 just in their bonus check at the end of the year. 100,000 plus at the end of the year. And I was just like, God damn.
Exactly.
And as a person who came from not making much money, and then when I did join that company, I was making basically 6 figures with everything. It was a complete shock for me.
Balling.
So I can imagine somebody who already bred my whole life to be this big finance person, made sure that they could have the best options for them. And then you're just like, oh, I can't afford it. And I've always could afford stuff. I don't understand. Are you being selfish? But it sounds like now he's, okay, I do understand that you don't make that much. And you're like, I got $6 in my savings. This dude probably like, I got $30,000 in my savings. $6? 6? What does that even mean?
Sometimes you just need to tell people things. Some people aren't like, they understand.
Not the asshole. He said, we have 100% trust in our relationship. He's never given me a reason not to. He's gone on solo trips, cruised with his mom, sister, no problem. I think he always just includes me by default, which he should. This one was nice. This was not one of those crazy Reddits where it's just, oh, he left me, he went to go F some other man, da, da, da. Like, okay. All right. So, update on the first story. He finally texted me. This one is the friend who shared the medical information on Facebook. And they were friends for 30 years. And then he posted, oh, she's having ass surgery.
Whoa.
He finally texted me acting apologetic, claiming he's getting therapy, but the apology was basically just a setup to gaslight me. Oh my God. He proceeded to claim that I continuously call him out online, blast him to feed my ego. I do not. I did so once 5 years ago in a post stating it's sad when insecure girls make their boyfriend block long-term friends. It's exhausting because he keeps holding on to ammo from half a decade ago whenever he feels called out. Narcissist. He's still completely unapologetic about what he did recently, even though he said the words, I'm sorry. He tried to make himself the victim because of my vague post, but I reminded him that what he did was way deeper than passing relationship drama. He specifically ignored my request to keep my hospital stay private and immediately posted a photo including personal details about my health. I made sure that he's aware that myself and my man both feel like he thinks he's my significant other and causes grifts.
I'm assuming that's probably what it is.
Gripes? I'm assuming gripes. Is it gripes?
Is gripes a word?
Gripes?
Gripe? It's not like you're mixing griff and
gripes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gripes with me? I think it's gripes.
I think it might just be riffs.
Anyways, they be
You
fighting.
called it griffs?
A few months ago, my doctor actually put me on Klonopin just so I can mentally handle the stress. I'm assuming that's some anxiety pill. Handle the stress of being his friend. Dang, you gotta get medicated to be somebody's friend? Dang, I've been taking antidepressants to be that other girlfriend.
Gulp.
But she got dropped. I told him that I'm done being the whipping boy and that I'm stepping back until he can get his ish together. I'm following doctor's orders to relax and focus on my own health problems for a change. I hope he follows through with his therapy. God. I cannot edit this post for some reason.
Shit.
Okay. He causes shit with me.
How the fuck did it change
Oh,
to
yeah. He's the type who says, I'm sorry you feel that way. Yep.
Yeah, like we were saying in the first part, it seems like a piece of shit person. You might have some fond memories with, but ultimately you were thinking the fond memories were the other negative shit.
Yeah.
And you weren't peeping
It's a
that.
trick. It's a trick. They tricking you. Am I the asshole? Everybody was the asshole.
I'm the
Not
asshole.
everybody. Not the.
You the asshole.
We the asshole. Nosotros, vosotros.
fuck?
You are. We are. Yo, too. Yo.
Yo, too. Hey,
Ella.
yo, too.
That was the thing we
Flow
told her.
cool. Bro, who? Not you. Let me stop.
Ass boo. Colonoscopy. Face boo. Don't do.
Boom. Type shit.
All right, thank y'all for watching the video. Comment, subscribe. If y'all want another episode, drop part 2. But we want a part 2, whether it's him, because he be playing, but it could just be me.
I be playing. I'm the one who be telling you to record these
You be
videos,
playing.
and
You
you
be
freaking
playing.
do
You
that.
be playing.
I'm gonna put a post on it. Am I the asshole for telling my sister to
playing.
record a video, but she don't record a video and say I'm the one who's going to video? And then everybody
playing.
gonna be like in the comments, yeah, you're not the asshole, she the asshole. You should actually never talk to her again, ever in your life. I'm be like, damn, it's not even that serious. And they be like, yeah, actually it is. I've always wanted to post like one of those "Am I the asshole?" things, but I feel like some of the things I'll be reading something, people in the comments just be like, bro, like it really wasn't even that serious. You should dump this person, never talk to them again, and if they talk to you, get a restraining order, and if they break the restraining order, you kill them. Actually, skip all that, just kill them.
It's Reddit.
But yeah,
Shout out Reddit.
Reddit's cool sometimes.
Think
It's
black and
just
white.
other times, sometimes it's not.
Sometimes it's a little.
It's a little iffy.
All right, thank y'all. Bye.
Peace.